Hi,
Here we go.
everyone.
Hello.
We're here for our September, right?
Yeah, September.
Yeah.
September live show about The Kind Worth Killing by someone. I don't know
Peter
this.
Swanson.
Peter
Yes,
Swan. Yes.
him,
Swanson.
him, and it's about like this man whose wife cheats on him. So he's like, maybe I should kill her. That's it. That's
Because that's logical. Let me not like divorce or get like, cheat back or something. Let me just kill her.
Just straight to murder.
yeah. So everyone else should introduce themselves because obviously you're my channel, Natalie from Pastel Writer. So someone take it away.
Oh, I thought we were going this way.
Whichever way.
I assume we are. So hello, I'm Melody from Strawberry Lemon Books. Been on YouTube for a while, but I'm on and off. And yeah, I'm in a car right now, so sorry if I cut out.
I'm Mel from Tomb Raider. Same thing. I've been on and off with recording and stuff like that, but I'm hoping to be steady with it now. Hugo's not with us because he's sick and he lost his voice like I did last time. So that's the only reason why he won't be here, but he'll be in the chat. So
Yes, he is already here.
Hello.
Yes, we will need him because
Yes, to
I
tell
will
us
be of no
everything.
use.
Hey,
Hi,
Kat.
Logic left in the first chapter, yes.
Yes.
Because the summary is like the first chapter. No logic from the very start.
Because
None.
I should tell a stranger that I'm gonna murder my wife just because I won't see her ever again.
Yeah, no, like make it make sense. It doesn't.
Nope.
So shall we start with ratings
Yeah.
and general thoughts?
I gave it 2 stars. I think I might like it was like 2.5. I think I rounded it up to 3 on Goodreads. But yeah, it was 2 stars. There was a lot of things I didn't like, but it's gonna go into spoilers, so I'm just like, I'm not gonna say nothing. But let's just say I didn't like anybody in this book.
Oh yeah. I think 2.5 stars for me. I didn't like anyone in this book either. I was just like, okay.
There
go
was a
on with
person I
that.
was liking for a bit, but then there was something they said that I was just like, never mind, forget it. You ruined it.
So I DNF'd it. I think I made it either 11 or 15% into this. I can't remember the specific number. And I said, you know what?
You did yourself a favor, Natalie.
I'm for real though. I'm like, I'm a busy teacher. I'm not about to torture myself in my free time. I'm like, I already do that in my paid role. Okay. Like I don't need to do it for free. So I was like, it's a DNF for me. It's a DNF for me.
I honestly have to take your advice. Like I have to start DNFing too because I put myself through too much just to end up not liking it.
Yeah, no, like it's so liberating. Like once you accept it and you're like, you know what, it's not worth it. It actually becomes joyful. You feel relief.
I was really crying because this is my second Peter Swanson book. The first one I read, I forgot what the heck it was called, but it was the one where the wife cheats on her husband. He has a thing about wives cheating on their husbands. And then they go to like this cabin and things are happening. I forgot what that one was called. And I didn't like it, but I was like, maybe I'll like this one, let me give him a second chance. But he doesn't like women. Somebody hurt him in a past life.
So
4 stars.
Hugo says 4 stars. So
4 stars, Hugo.
I don't know how he got there. I don't know how he got there. And then he's saying that
Yes,
it's
everybody break. I hated that one.
And he says it's not the best. That one's not the best.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's why I was like, okay, I'm willing to give him a second shot because I probably started with like his worst book. But I think for me, he's going to be like Riley Sager, where I just don't like any of his books.
Yeah. Kat says, I want to know who
Why is
ripped out and
that?
stomped Peter Swanson's heart.
Somebody hurt him because this man does not like women.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, for me, it was, I mean, it's always a battle when men write women, but it
Yeah.
was especially a struggle in this one. That was the main reason why I couldn't do it. It was between like, this is obviously a woman written by a man, and the whole like assault in detail.
Yeah, I was a little like, at first I was like, okay, this is gonna be a little uncomfortable. Then there was that scene that happened, and I was like, okay, I didn't need this perspective. I could have known what was gonna happen without actually feeling like this was actually happening. Like
Yeah.
it was just, it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
He's
And then
married.
apparently Peter Swanson is married.
I would be scared if I was his wife.
We hope he's happily married.
I would be so scared if I was his wife.
I feel like if his wife mysteriously dies, he should be a prime
We're looking at him.
I don't know. And Ugo says that his favorite is 8 Perfect Murders. He actually uses a bit that point, but for me, the thriller part is one of the best. I could not wait for the thriller part. I was like, okay, we're planning this woman's murder. We're revealing this to a random woman on an airplane. Let's start there. And then it's for cheating. I'm like, just divorce the woman. Like, it's that simple.
I honestly thought that the way the book was going to go was that Lily, the person that he met, I thought it was going to turn out that she was in cahoots with his wife and she was actually sent to kill him. And I would have liked that twist a lot better. And that's why I kept reading, because I was like, this is probably what it's going to be. And it wasn't. I was just like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, there was a twist, but I feel like I didn't expect it that much. But once it was revealed, I was like, oh, it's not that surprising either, though.
Yeah, I guess there was like 2 twists at the end. And I guess the first one, the last one I didn't. And it did, I was pleasantly surprised by it, but it wasn't enough for me to be like, yeah, greatest book of all time.
Yeah.
And Kat says, see, but men like the ones written in the book are always married too, so.
I mean, maybe it's just like they want to vet about their wives, and they're like, I can't kill them in real life, but in books I can do it, and it's legal.
No.
See, that does not help Peter Swanson's wife's situation. Like, I would be afraid. I would be afraid. And if I read my husband's books, which I would do as a supportive wife, I'd
be like, listen, is there something you need to tell me? Like,
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I hope they are happily married.
I hope so too. The twists are not expected, not predictable for me, and it was a bit fresh.
Yeah, I feel like if you weren't able to guess anything, it could be, and if you could overlook how he wrote about women, it could be a good thriller. But I think just because I already wasn't liking the way his writing was, and then he messed up one of the characters for me, and then I was guessing the twist, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
And then I think divorce was not the option because of losing all the money. Well, that's what a prenup is for. Like, come on now.
They also had, I think, I thought they had like something written that she would get half of this money only. And I was like, you're still rich though. Just let her take half.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, let her take half, move on with your life, find a new woman. Like,
and I think also when you're married, if you can prove that your spouse cheated or something, you can actually fight that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's typically one of the ones that you can do. Like, if you have proof, like, just do that. And you have money for a good lawyer. Just do it.
Who knows what's going on?
Prenups when you love someone.
True, but I wouldn't blame somebody that if they're the ones that have the majority of the financial stability, if they want to like protect themselves, like I wouldn't feel any type of way about that. Like, it is what it is.
He's a dreamer. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Kat says, I feel like the characters distract so much because even the cop was delusional, so it was hard for me to care what happens to them. I honestly wanted more death.
That cop was getting on my nerves. Oh my god. Those limericks?
I don't know who the cop is. Do we need to go into spoilers so I can learn?
Oh yeah, we have to catch up, Natalie.
Yes.
We would have to go into spoilers for you to know the cop.
Oh, I think the thing I did like about the book was that we got so many different point of views. Yeah. I like that.
I think if we would have just stuck with the husband, I wouldn't have made it as far.
No, that would have been that's insufferable. That's why I left so early. I'm like, I'm sick of this man already. I can't do it.
Yeah, he wasn't my favorite point of view.
Mm-mm.
There will actually be a sequel
to this book.
But the way it ended, how could there possibly be a sequel? I mean, I guess I'm not gonna say it because spoilers, but it still would. I still don't think it would be enough for a sequel. Like, I'm really curious to see.
Yeah, I didn't think we got enough.
Like, I think it ended kind of dumb, but it was enough for me to be like, okay, this is a one and done, and it is what it is.
Me too.
Oh no, there's a spoiler I want to share. Let's just go into spoilers, okay?
Yeah, spoilers.
Yes. Because Kat is now telling me that he died.
Yes, he does. And that was like one of the highlights of the book. I was like, yes, die. Get off so I don't have to read your point of view no more. You're gone.
Oh my god. That would have at least been, enjoyable to read. I'm like, okay, he's gone. But yeah, I wasn't gonna push through for that.
So what part did you get to, Natalie?
Yeah.
Again, it was until like 11 to 15%. So I managed the part where she's assaulted. She eliminates, I think, a cat. It was that she, beats with a rock, I think.
Yeah, she hits him upside the head with a rock. But I mean, I was like, you do what you need to do because he kept messing with her cat. So it's like,
And then I got to the part, I don't think I got to the part where she actually, if she does, kill this guy, the one who assaulted her.
She does.
But she was planning it. I got until the point basically that she was planning it. And that's pretty much it. So I was very early on where I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling this.
No, Lily does kill him, but in a way I didn't find 100% believable how she as a child was able to do it, because she took him to like this abandoned meadow and there was a well and she told him there was like something in the well that he had to get, and she tied like a rock to a rope and he had to try to pull up the rope, and then she like tossed him over and he broke his neck and died that way, which I thought was kind of dumb, but
yeah,
what happened. See, Hugo, I did like Lily for a while. I loved her twisted mind. And I was like, okay, if she just keeps going on like this throughout the whole book, I'm going to love her. But there was this thing that she said that I was like, okay, forget it. I don't even care what you do anymore because you're just... Because later on in the book, you find out that that her and Miranda knew each other in college, wasn't it? And they dated the same guy. And then when he broke up with Miranda, he started dating Lily, but in reality, he was still seeing Miranda, and she finds out. And then she says, she's talking about the guy that she murdered, that assaulted her. And she was like, oh, he may have been a pedophile, but at least he wasn't a cheater like my boyfriend is. And I was like, since when is a pedophile better than a cheater? Because she was trying to justify why she was killing her boyfriend. And I'm like, look, if you want to kill him for cheating, that's on you. But to say that he's worse than a pedophile, I was like, all right, I'm done.
They're treating things like capital offenses that are not. I'm like, just leave the person.
I was reading that line over and over, and I was like, I know that he must have been on something when he wrote this line, because there's no way. But after that, I was like, I can't root for Lily anymore.
No, like how is assault simultaneously with a pedophile.
Exactly.
Better, because if cheating is worse, then that means this one's better.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Cheating, like, no, absolutely
I
not.
couldn't root for her no more after that. I was like, all right, well.
Maybe in part 2 she goes to therapy and
But yeah, maybe
unwraps
in the sequel.
all of that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then Kat says, but no, you should you would have read Miranda and she was worse than the husband. How?
Yeah. Because
How
she
was
just was. Because the guy that she was cheating on her husband with the contractor of the house they were currently building.
Yes, yes.
And she basically like used him to try to set him up to kill her husband or whatever, so her hands would be clean or whatever the case may be. But she was also very obsessed with Lily as well. And so when Lily started showing up and everything, it was weird. It was like they were so hell-bent on each other, but what happened in the past? And I'm just like, none of that makes any sense.
Okay.
Am I frozen?
Yep.
Yes, you're frozen. We can hear you, but your image is static.
Oh my goodness. Hold on.
Fun. Hey, audio is all that matters.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix the whole image thing.
Maybe unjoin and rejoin?
Alright, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay, what else happened in this book?
Okay, start telling me about the cop.
Oh, the cop.
Because I don't know this entity at all.
Okay, so the main dude, Ted, he was killed by the contractor.
Oh, there we go.
And so Ted was killed by the contractor, and then there was like a whole investigation to make sure that it was like a robbery. They framed it as like a robbery gone wrong kind of thing and killed him. And they wanted to see if they could find the murderer, so that's where the cop comes in. He was like the cop for the case and was trying to do a lot of the investigation.
But it was so weird.
But he was
a pervert. Like
had a
he just
thing
immediately
for Lily.
What? Like right off the bat, like he met her once and he was already talking about her boobs and everything like that, like in his mind. And he wrote these like limericks, but they were so nasty.
About,
are they limericks? Are you serious?
I swear to God. It's written out limericks in the book. And it's saying stuff like how he would like to see her out of her clothes. They're corny and they're disgusting.
Yeah, they're undressing her and everything.
Like you would think in the beginning of the book, like, you know, Mark is always talking about Miranda and how everybody wants to be with her and stuff like that. But in reality, the whole book is mainly how everybody's obsessed with Lily for some reason.
Yeah, that's what
she's not that pretty. She's just, yeah, it's like, what the hell?
Wow. I was not expecting limericks.
No,
that's me by surprise.
And I was like, to read them.
And this cop was literally doing his job so half-assed in any way that he could go and like stalk Lily. That's the only reason why he was doing it.
He actually literally started stalking her.
The investigation was like basically closed, but he continued stalking her. And I was just like, what the hell is happening?
Yep. And then the ending was he was stalking her, and then Lily knew that like he was following her and tried to lure him to a cemetery kind of thing. And her plan was to kill the cop.
Which pissed me off because all these other killings she did were so smart. Like, I mean, the well one, I didn't find that believable because I'm like, he really like died that quickly just from falling in the well. But I'm like, you know what? I could take it. You know, she went to a secluded area where nobody knew about that well. Then with her boyfriend at the time,
the rocks on him too.
Yeah, with her boyfriend at the time, he had a peanut allergy. So she ordered him something that had peanuts in it so he would eat it. And he had an allergic reaction and she had hit his EpiPen to make it look like an accident. But then with this one, broad daylight, I'm going to stab him in a cemetery. No one's gonna see me.
So this is what Kat's referring to. That's how she got caught.
Lily stabbed the pervy.
Yeah,
Literally.
because
Oh
the
my
cop's
god.
partner knew that he was like obsessed with Lily and told that and was following her. So the partner followed him and saw
Okay.
him get stabbed.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
And then the last twist, I hated it.
I hated it because what was the point? I thought she was smarter than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't get her stabbing him in broad daylight like that. I'm like, okay, now all of a sudden you got caught. Like, and then, oh God, I can't even remember what was the very last one. I ended up liking it, but yeah, the end. They were like digging up their old house where the parents were staying at, right? No, not where the parents were staying at. Where the meadow was at. They were gonna build something there, and that's how they found the well and they found the bodies.
Mm-hmm. Or it's assumed that they would find it. So he like
Yeah, that's true.
So they threw another body. They threw Miranda's body into Miranda's
It wasn't
body into the
Miranda's. It was
well.
Miranda's body was found in the house that they were building. The contractor, Lily, killed him as well in the car. Remember, she took that like wire or whatever and like strangled him with it.
Yeah.
And she drove back over to where the well was and dumped him in there as well.
Body.
But since they're tearing down the farmhouse where the well was at, it's assumed that they're going to dig that up and find the bodies and pin it on Lily.
Yeah. Her DNA is all over.
Yeah, that's basically how it ends. Because her dad is the one who tells her in like a letter. He's like, "Oh, by the way, they're gonna dig up that farmhouse," because he doesn't know that the wells there or the bodies are there. He's just like letting her know. She's like, "Fuck, get caught."
Maybe part 2 is how she gets out of getting caught.
Probably
but
because
she's in
it's
jail
not really...
right now, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's like awaiting trial or something. She's not like officially locked up or whatever, but she's in there.
Okay.
My favorite one definitely was, like Hugo said, the peanut one. It was just so smart. Because who's going to assume that you had something to do with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he never carried his EpiPen with him anyways, and a lot of people knew that he would just leave his EpiPen somewhere. And she had him enter this contest where he had to drink a lot, so he was drunk. So they just assumed, okay, he ate something he wasn't supposed to because he was drunk. He didn't know what was going on, and then he couldn't find his EpiPen, and that was the end of that.
Oh, so Roro is here. Hi, Roro.
Hey.
We're in full spoiler territory, so
exactly.
Yes, if you plan on reading this,
we don't recommend it, but
yeah.
I mean, Hugo gave it 4 stars.
Hugo recommends it.
Yes.
I need to know what Hugo liked. Everything that he liked.
Yeah, Hugo, you have to say more. Like, why did you like this?
I know he said earlier that he wasn't able to guess the twists and everything.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like I said, I thought originally the original twist was going to be that Lily was actually set up by Miranda to kill him instead, because maybe she had like a suspicion of what he was going to do. But when I found out what it was actually going to be, that's when I was able to guess the twist. I'm like, how much you want to bet? Because Peter Swanson doesn't like women, that these women are going to somehow be fighting over this man and they're going to die. Either one or both of them are going to die. And sure enough, that's what happened. And I'm just like, for what? Just like, let it be. It's not that serious. But that's what ended up being.
I did not focus on the women so much, more on the revelations and other twists. I can't do that. I cannot do that. That's
I can in certain instances. It depends. Like, once I found out what kind of character Mark was, I was like, okay, I expect him to act this way towards women because that's just his character. But then when Lily and Miranda started going at it with each other, I'm just like, okay, now you're doing this like petty cat fight between these two, and it's getting annoying. There was a scene that had me cracking up in the beginning of the book because to me, it was just so random. Like, this was after Mark finds out his wife is cheating on him, and he has to like pretend, that he doesn't know, whatever. So he's like still sleeping with his wife and everything. and they just had sex, and they're laying in the bed, and she's like with her back to him, and he's looking at her, and he's like, I wonder what would happen if I like punched her in the back of the neck. And I was just like, do you know how much hate you have to have for a person for them to be sleeping peacefully and for you to just be like, I want to punch you in the back? It was hilarious to me. I was like, what the hell? This man is so unhinged.
And yes, Kat is correct. We are in the minority for not liking this one.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's because a lot of people.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't hate it because I didn't focus that much on the woman. Well, I did a little, but not as much as you two, I think. But I just didn't. There wasn't anything for me to really love about it.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's why I ended up giving it 2 versus a 1, because I'm just like, there was potential for this book to be good. And I did like Lily for at least like half of the book. Like I was really like, okay, I could root for this. But it was literally the second half that just made me be like, all right, I can't do this anymore. But I still ended up reading it. And I feel like if I didn't know the twist, like if I didn't suspect them, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. I mean, I wanted more for the women. I wanted an unhinged murderess, which Lily technically is.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that one thing she said that I was just like, you had to mess it up. I was rooting for you until then.
For me,
I was like, yo, she's gonna go on this like killing spree of men. I was here for it.
Honestly, me too. Besides, yeah. But Miranda ending up being like devising something to go and kill her husband, I was like, I'm not surprised by that. I didn't see it coming, but when it happened, I was like, yeah.
I kind of figured that was the path they were going to go down, because I'm like, there's no way that if Miranda is supposed to be as cunning as she is, that she's able to wrap men around her fingers. There's no way that she doesn't eventually suspect that her husband knows what she was doing. And I'm like, maybe she's going to try to get her revenge because she's going to want the money, because she was so ecstatic about that damn house. And when they first met, the first thing she brought up was about him being rich.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she knew him only because she knew how much money he had.
But she didn't know that they were going to kill her, right? I think.
No, she didn't suspect that, because she didn't even know that Mark and Lily knew each other. I forgot how she found out. I think it was because apparently they ran into each other years ago, but she like for some reason forgot the whole incident. I don't know like why, but she forgot that they even ran into each other. So she didn't even know that Lily and Mark even knew each other based on appearances. And the way she found out about Lily, I think the detective had said something and mentioned something about a redheaded woman. And then that's when she started putting 2 and 2 together. She saw Lily and the contractor together, and she was like, oh shit, that's Lily from college. And that's when she started trying to turn the tables to, oh, let's, do all that other stuff.
So why you have a rich husband who you aren't suspecting will kill you? He gives you all the money he has. You can do whatever you want with the money. Why are you trying to kill him?
I think she just honestly just wanted to be free from Mark, because I think she said something about, if I'm remembering correctly, that she just wasn't
next to him every day or something like that.
Yeah, because she was saying something about that he was too nice to her and too predictable and all this other stuff, because one day he bought her some nice lingerie and was like, you want to wear this to bed and everything? And she was just like, I need a man that's going to be, I guess, tougher or whatever the hell she was looking for. I don't know. She wanted somebody to beat her ass.
Now that's making me think of this. I'm all for unlikable characters, but when they're annoying, I can't root for them. And,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
These people are just unbearable. Yeah, like for me, when I started the book, Lily was interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, if the whole book had been written in her perspective, I might have been more invested. Now with the live, I'm starting to think like I would have really found Miranda's chapters unbearable. Like I would have her husband unbearable, but I feel like she would have been the icing on top, and like, no.
Yeah, Miranda was definitely a piece of work. And I wasn't expecting her viewpoint at all. When she just came on the page, I was like, okay, so we're getting Miranda's viewpoint. And then the Mark kept reading. I was like, I'm not. She was just the typical, I want money and that's it. you know. And let's not forget about her boobs, because Peter Swanson did not let you forget about the size of that woman's boobs. Jesus Christ. I'm so serious. Like, everything was about her lips and her boobs the whole entire time. And I'm just like, I get it. The girl is like stacking up top.
Miranda's backstory is all about how she manipulates men for money and stole from some stores and learned that she was so beautiful she could get whatever she wanted. That's why she's annoying.
Yeah, there was no characteristics to her. At least with Lily, we got that background from her to see like why she was like so quick to like kill men because of what happened to her when she was younger. But it's like with Miranda, it literally, she was just so shallow, and I'm just like, I can't even feel sorry for you. Like, I don't even care. You and your husband could go battle that out and kill each other, because both of you guys were a perfect match. Y'all both made absolutely no sense to me. It just didn't make any sense. And the contractor too got on my nerves. I'm like, he was such a sap. Man had no backbone. He did anything Miranda told him to do.
Yeah.
I don't know why she picked him to do the murder, because the man was already coming apart at the seams like as soon as he finished. Crying in his car and the whole nine. And I'm like, this is gonna go last.
I'm kind of surprised that he killed Miranda instead of killing Lily. I was like, boy was all over Miranda.
Yeah, and then the switch. Like, I suspected he was gonna end up killing Miranda over Lily, but I was still like, that to me, that wouldn't realistically make sense, because he was so obsessed with Miranda, but he just flipped the switch. Like, this random woman I don't know is gonna come up to me and tell me this story and tell me that Miranda is gonna turn me into the cops instead. I'm just gonna believe you. Like, you don't even know who the hell she is.
Which coincides with this. A lot of muscle, no brains.
Definitely. Because I don't understand. It was really weird too how Mark was like peeking at them with binoculars.
Oh my gosh, brother.
He was out there in the woods or whatever, and just like peeking in on the window while they were having sex. I'm like, dude, you are so sad. You could have used that as evidence. You could have took pictures and stuff, but instead you want to look like a peeping Tom and then decide, all right, well, I'm gonna have to murder her, when you could have just used those pictures and stuff as evidence in court, and you could have fought it. Like, you're supposed to be this genius. I don't even know what he did for a living, but he was like so smart and stuff like that, and that's why he made all this money, but he had no brains when this stuff came around. I'm like, dude, for someone that's a genius, you would think you would know more about protecting your assets, but nothing.
No.
As soon as he saw Lily just blurting everything, like, man, I want to kill this woman.
Oh my god.
And you know she was gonna go to the cops.
You think that if he didn't meet Lily, he would have still killed Miranda?
I don't think so. I don't think he had the spine for it, because Lily was the one who planned everything. He basically,
That's true.
He was like the contractor for Miranda. Like, whatever Lily told him to do, that's what he went and he did. She was literally the brains behind everything. He didn't know what the hell he wanted to do. He talking about punching her in the back of the neck. Like, the man was never going to.
He was influenced by Lily. I think something with
IT.
Yeah, I feel
it was
I remember that he like had a lot of his like startups. Like, he knew how to start businesses, and they would do really well, and then he would sell them. I just couldn't remember if that was from this book or another book.
No, it was definitely from this one. But I'm just like, man, you don't have any brains. Like, I don't understand how you was making all that money.
Great legal advice from Mel.
I watch a lot of like true crime documentaries and stuff like that, so that's the only reason why I know this stuff. But it's just, the man didn't make any sense. And then you talk to the first person you come across, you know nothing about this woman
except that she's hot.
Exactly. Like, these men were trusting these women just because they were hot, and that's it. They were literally thinking with like their dicks and nothing else. It's just like, you gorgeous, I'm gonna tell you everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow whatever you say. Take all my money.
Exactly. Even the cop, that's what pissed me off the most. I'm like, you're supposed to be doing your job, sir, not being thirsty. And he had tried to sleep with his partner before.
Oh yeah,
he had mentioned that. Like, they were like friends and stuff, so they would hang out at each other's houses. And there was one night she was like in her room reading, and he got up to use the bathroom, and then he was walking past her room, and her light was on, so he went in there thinking he was gonna get ass. I don't know why, and she was like, "Yeah, get out." And I'm like, dude, why is everybody here just trying to have sex?
Normal men, nothing wrong with what you said.
All the men in this book were literally from the perverted pedophile to the cheater to Mark to the cop. They all just wanted to have sex. That's all they cared about. None of them. And then the women were shallow, except for Lily. She had some substance to her. But
I think we got the most backstory on Lily. All the other characters, we didn't really know anything about them. Yeah.
He sure enough was. Oh
yeah.
It was just like, oh, this whole book is just full of sad people.
Kat insists that there should have been more murders.
Yeah.
I
agree.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, why the hell does she give a fuck? Especially if she has like this hatred towards men because of the way she was treated. You would think she'd be like, nigga, I'm gonna kill you. Like, who are you to be coming around here talking about something you're gonna hurt another woman? Like, I didn't think she would be, I'm gonna try to help him. That's why I thought that Miranda had set him up. I was like, okay, this makes sense. But then she's starting to help him. And I'm like, so when is the twist where it's going to turn out that, she knew the whole time, but nothing.
That would have been a better story, but...
Yeah, I never even thought of that. I would have been really surprised if it ended up being Lily was with Miranda.
I thought it made sense. And then when I found the backstory of them knowing each other in college, I'm like, okay, so they have to know each other. They have to set this up. But he didn't go with it. I'm like, why did you go in this stale ass way when you could have just made this so much better? I was over here.
Also, like, if cheating is worse, like, why not just, I don't understand. I guess because Miranda's the cheater in this situation.
I guess I don't know, because she has such a hatred for Miranda cheating, and then that ties back to her boyfriend cheating, and because her ex-boyfriend had cheated with Miranda. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I get why you're so upset with Miranda, but at the same time, it's like, girl, this man is like, it's not that serious. You got your revenge. You killed your ex. You didn't kill Miranda back then. So what was the point of trying to do it now? Like, you're waiting years later for what?
Find a better man.
It would have just been better if it would have been like secret lesbian lovers. And
that would, yes, I agree.
For the money. That would have made so much more sense, and I would have loved it. I'd be like, yes, we got two psychotic bitches ready to murder man.
I mean, honestly, yes.
That, I would have, loved that.
Because that's where there was a scene where when they first met, Miranda and Lily, that Miranda was all up in Lily's face and like examining her eyes and everything. She's like, you're so pretty. And I'm like, they're gonna like each other, but no.
No.
I should have wrote this one for
I have that thing though where I always want them to team up. Like, if I feel like one character is being wrong, I want them to team up with like the bad guy.
That's what I'm saying. He set it up so perfectly that it could have honestly happened. When they met in college and Miranda was all on Lily and everything, once they found out that the boyfriend was playing both of them, that would have been a perfect opportunity for them to team up right then and there. But no, he had to make it that they hated each other. And I'm just like, this don't work for me. You could have had something so perfect, but he hates women. So obviously, of course, he wasn't going to make them be together. But it would have been perfect that way.
Miranda gets Brad to kill Ted and then gets Lily to kill Brad and pin Ted's murder on him, and then they run off with Ted's money and with their best friend.
Yes. I would have ate that up. And I was so thinking that's where it was going to go. I was giving the man too much credit. I was like, he's a genius. I see where this is going. And then, no.
You're like, I see the vision. I see
it.
You saw too much vision.
I'm like, you have to give me something, bro. Like, you cannot string me along like this. But I got played.
Too much vision.
Oh my gosh.
But if anybody has recs of books like that, let me know, because I'll read that.
No, definitely. No, I need that content. I don't know where it is, but I need it. I need more
Overall,
unhinged women, more unhinged fictional women in my life. I need them.
yes, teaming up with other unhinged women,
Yes.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect. I think I'm gonna write him a letter and be like, you know what, you got a great opportunity and you messed it up.
Mel, he's gonna come for you.
Oh my God.
You're
Don't
gonna
worry.
get murdered, and it will be because of this live show.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
But no, I think everybody, yeah, we could just all agree, except for Hugo, that we didn't really care for the book. I'm still trying to figure out how a sequel could be made out of this. I mean, the only thing I could think of is Lily doesn't go to jail, or somehow she gets out if she does go to jail and decides to keep killing.
No! No!
Really? Are you serious?
Stop it! Oh,
Oh no.
great!
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I didn't know that. Oh no, I'm kidding.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm about to go on Goodreads real quick. I know what the next man's book is.
Mel and Melody, we're sweating right now. They're like, oh my gosh.
Imagine the nickname. Everybody called them Mel. And we're like, no. Oh, yeah.
I really wanted to like this because Hugo said he liked it. And I was like, I'm gonna trust him.
I feel
Especially
like I came in with high expectations.
Yes, I did. And I was just like, and then with me thinking I knew where it was going, I was like, yes, I see why he likes it, but never mind.
Mm-hmm. I also read this when I had COVID, so I was like not in the mood. But I didn't hate it. Just didn't.
I was reading it to finish it. I was like, all right, if it's not going the way I'm thinking it's gonna go, fine. We're just gonna finish the book because I'm not a quitter. But sometimes I do need to quit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the cannibal one.
Which one was that?
I have Hugo would know, but I don't think he's in the chat anymore.
No.
That I know is good, but which one is it? Oh, I need to know.
Maybe we can put it back in the pool.
Maybe we can redeem ourselves. I don't want to put it back in the pool because I don't want to force myself to read it.
You don't want to read the cannibal?
9 elms. 9 elms.
Okay. I see.
I feel like Hugo has told me the name of that book like 50 times.
And
I still trust you.
Yes.
Yes.
It's fine.
No.
Because it wasn't like it wasn't as bad as it might be.
Yeah.
There were things he could have tweaked to make it way better. But and I liked it better than Every Value Break because that book I wasn't reading it for no book club or nothing. I put myself through that literally just to get through it because people were like, it's so good. And I'm just like, where?
Oh my gosh. Do we have anything else to say about this book?
No. I'm going to give him one last chance with 9 Elms just because I really like to read books.
9 Elms is by him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, it's cannibals. Like, come on, you cannot mess it up. But
they then again, this is Peter. Eat the woman.
Right?
Probably. I mean, probably.
But first, there's a reason behind it. One of them cheats on their husband, so they decide they got to eat all women. Listen, both books I've read by him, the woman is always cheating on the husband. I'm like, did your wife do something to you? And you're like, I'll take you back, babe. But in reality, you're just so pissed off about it.
Okay,
9 Elms.
Apparently 9 Elms.
Okay, that's even better.
Okay, even better. That's even better.
Put it back in the pool.
If it's someone else.
Yeah, you can put that in the pool now because it's not a Peter Swanson.
Yes. All right. So, should we head into the 5 million announcement?
Oh yeah, we have a couple of thanks to Hugo for reminding us, because I don't know about you guys, but I personally
would not.
I would be like, all right, bye guys, let's see.
If Hugo was here, he would be making all the announcements.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Because he's on top of it. We're not.
We're not.
We're just
Did
here.
anybody start October's book? I haven't started it yet.
No.
Hugo has, because he's on top
Of course he has.
But
he's like
our
on top of
October
everything.
book is The Blood Trials.
That cover.
This beauty right here. I love it. I think it's so pretty. I'm gonna listen to the audiobooks. Like, I bought this for the vibes because I'm
gonna read it either via audio or along with the ebook, because I cannot listen to fantasy and know what the hell is going on.
I can.
But if I like it, then I'll get the physical book. If I like it, I'll get the physical. But the physical was expensive everywhere I looked.
Yes,
my pockets.
$27.99. $27.
Because it's $28 for that book.
Yeah, it's an adult book.
Like $30.
So I won a giveaway recently for House of Hunger, and it was about the same once it came to taxes and everything, because the person accidentally left the receipt in the book, and it was like $30-something. I was like, bro, no. Like, I feel so guilty. I was like, you really spent that much?
It's not even like a special edition.
No, this is the basic. Basic. You find it in a bookstore, in a random bookstore. That's what this is.
Adult books are so expensive. I buy all mine paper.
I mean, it feels good at least.
Okay.
I like how the cover feels. The pages are nice. The font could be bigger. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh.
The font could be bigger, because it's not. It's not really my favorite, but $27.99.
Yeah, my library happened to have it.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it from my library.
So I'm gonna read it like that, and then if I like it, then maybe.
See,
I paid.
Lula's lucky
for your, but that makes more sense because at least it's a special edition.
Yeah.
But these regular,
I mean, if I had bought that and then one though, I would have paid more, because then I would have had to pay international shipping.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because it's
and then the thing I don't like is, like, they only release the hardcover. They don't release the paperback, so you can't even go for a cheaper version. It's like you gotta pay full price right off the rip for at least a year before you can get the paperback.
Did I rhyme somewhere? I know I did not. I did not.
Make your own limerick.
I don't know.
Like, literally, I would suggest just go through the book, like go to the ending part. And as soon as you start seeing the cop, read the limericks that he's written. They're so bad. I wish I could remember them. It was every time I read it, I was like, I gotta put the book down because I'm cringing so fucking hard right now.
They were creepy.
And yes, I agree. Yes, the cover's pretty. That's the primary reason why I wanted this hardcover.
I love that.
I'm like,
but I'm nervous.
I'm like, even if I don't like it, like it's a vibe.
I'm nervous because people in the chat and we're in Discord aren't liking it. It seems like.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
And I like the cover though under the dust jacket too. Like, it's like
I was seeing a lot of people saying it was like too info dumpy, that the main character wasn't really likable. Although with books that, like, with diverse books, when people say stuff like that, kind of take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Because I'm like, the same character, if they were white, I see people rooting for them. So I'm just like, all right, telling me the character's unlikable isn't gonna really deter me from reading it, but.
And yes, the font is giving adult high fantasy. This is also why I mostly buy adult fantasy in paperback, and I don't actually read it that way.
Yeah.
I have any vibes for the collection. That's I'm like,
if I have any that are hardcover, it's either I've won them in giveaways or I was able to buy them used. Because other than that, like, Better World's book is my best friend. Because I can get like hardcovers of used adult fantasy books for like $10, but I cannot just walk into a store and be like, let me just buy this. The only person I would do that for is N.K. Jemisin. If they release like special editions or something of her books, I would pay any price. But they won't do it. They refuse.
Take all
I'm
my
like,
money.
you could literally make bank. There's so many people that want that, and they're just not doing it. And it pisses me off every time. Yes, Kat, floppy paperbacks.
Floppy paperbacks are the
Yes.
best thing in existence. Like literally top tier.
When a paperback comes and it's not floppy, I get so disappointed.
Yeah, like it's so stiff.
Yeah, I'm like, why? Why
No,
did
those
you
are
do
the
this
worst.
to
Those are also
me?
why I don't trust like buying paperbacks online. I'm like,
I only like the Orbit paperbacks. Like those I'll buy online because they're always floppy.
Orbit?
The cover always feels nice.
Okay.
And they're always so pretty.
yeah.
We won't forget Hugo.
Yes.
November
No,
book.
our November book
Ah.
is The Witch's Heart, I believe. I know nothing about it, so I
Me
cannot
neither.
tell you.
It's a Greek retell of some way. I don't know. I was trying to guess.
some kind of Greek retelling of a myth, you know.
Which those kind of books don't really work for me, so I'm very nervous. Like I have no interest in Greek mythology.
For
I
me,
like Greek mythology.
I got into it because of, the great Rick Riordan. Then I moved on.
Yeah, I think that's why, because I never grew up reading his books. So I read the first Percy Jackson like 2 years ago for the first time, and it was okay for me. But as an adult, I'm like, I think I would have liked it better if I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I'm just not interested in anything Greek mythology. So,
and it's apparently Norse mythology. For me, it's in the same vein. I'm not saying it's the same. I'm saying it's the same vein.
Yeah, like just the mythology, I just don't really care about retellings of stuff like that. I mean, it could be good though. I'm gonna give it a chance.
Oh, this is already that's gonna disturb me. She's a witch and falls in love with Loki, and then the story goes on. For me, because of Marvel's Loki, I have a very particular vision of Loki that I let go of. So it's very hard for me to read authors' versions of Loki. Like it's very difficult. Like I'm always
That's not fair
like,
for the authors.
This is wrong. I love mythology, but I haven't really liked myth retellings. I don't know why. Again, when I was younger, for me, it was Rick Riordan. Then I grew out of his writing style. And then now it's only Madeline Miller. That's it.
That's when I want to try her because I heard that she's really good with it. Because I think my issue with mythology retellings is I'd expect you to be as accurate to the original character as possible while still telling a story. But some people just take the character name and then just run it to the ground. Like I hate Persephone and Hades retellings because it's always them falling in love, and I'm just like, no, cut it the fuck out. That's not how it goes, and it angers me. So I can never read a Persephone and Hades retelling. Like it don't work for me.
I see.
I feel like sometimes I just don't know enough about the original to really base anything off of it.
I should probably do that. I should probably read one that I don't know anything about, so this way I don't have really any expectations and I can enjoy it.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with The Witch's Heart.
And December's what was it? Under the Tree?
Yeah, I think it's Underneath the Tree or Under the Tree, one of those. So of course, naturally, we want to read some holiday themed books.
Yay!
Yeah. So is that the one that falls under either contemporary and romance? Now that's the bit I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so. I think we're back.
Because we already went through fantasy, went through thriller. We're going through historical.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, romance. So okay, perfect. I can drop so many romances, Christmas romances, holiday romances. Not even just Christmas, just holiday romances. Yes. Yay, I'm so ready.
I've seen some that I'm interested in checking into.
So I'll be dropping some sapphic ones in there. Yes.
You can always go for that.
And yes, Ugo's like, yes, it's contemporary or romance. Perfect. Excellent.
Yes.
I need to be back in my wheelhouse.
That's how I feel about this month because I'm like, okay, we're getting into some fantasy, but I'm just nervous because people in Discord don't seem to be liking it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, fantasy is technically fantasy and sci-fi also fall under my wheelhouse, but with my little pea brain right now, it doesn't feel that much that way.
Yeah, I like them to be kind of complex and stuff like that, but I don't like them to be too info dumpy. So everybody's saying that it's info dumpy, and I'm just like, no.
Who's roasting me?
Oh yeah, that is true though.
You DNF, yes, it's true. It's true, but like not every romance can be a win, okay?
That's
I'm
true.
sorry.
That is true.
I'm sorry. I mean, like if I hadn't already read Talia Hibbert's like holiday romance, and that would be the one I would drop in there because Talia Hibbert never steers me wrong. Never ever. So but I have already read it. I mean, technically I could still drop it. I wouldn't mind a reread, honestly. And she does have one that I haven't read, but I don't know. I think it's only though an audiobook, so that might be inaccessible. So
yeah. I mean, I could read romances and contemporaries on audio, no problem. It's just fantasy and sci-fi. I'm like, no. I will literally space out and be like, I don't remember who these characters are. Especially if they have a whole bunch of characters. I'm just like, who is this person?
I still haven't listened to an audio just with audio. I've always had like the ebook or the physical book with me.
No, I do audio all the time. That's my commute. That's the only way right now that I make any progress with books unless they're manga. I'm like, you're either a manga or you are an audiobook. Otherwise, you are not getting read. You are not.
Yeah, if it's like contemporary, I usually do audios. But sometimes with thrillers, it really depends. But but the thing is, I'm so picky with narrators. So if the narrator just sounds off in any way, I'm just like, never mind. I'll just read it physically.
Mm.
The Blood Trials, it's not bad, but I see why other people don't like it, basically. And I haven't finished yet, but it's not horrible. But I see some things that are weird.
I heard there was a cannibal scene, so I'm excited about that.
I'm okay with that.
Yes.
And people say like it's really bloody and gory, and I'm like, all right, I can get behind that.
I'm okay with that too.
Yes. Yes. Like all of that sounds like a good time.
Good, yeah. Maybe we will be the unpopular ones again.
Hopefully, because I heard from the author, like she was tweeting like earlier this week saying that she didn't get good traction on the book, like they didn't market it very well. So her sales have actually been really low. And I'm just like, dang, I hope I like this book so I can help boost it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
Hunger Games for adults? That sounds good, Hugo.
Yeah, that sounds like really good. Like I'm not seeing the problem.
Exactly.
I'm not seeing the problem, especially if the main character is feral. Like that's my dream. Like I really want her to be just
always rooting for the person that's literally killing everybody. Which, like, in real life, we probably wouldn't do that. We'd be like, that person has to go to jail. But in the book your fiction, that's fine. Are we the definitely are. Oh my goodness.
We are the problem.
I don't think we can deny that.
We are the drama.
Don't ever look in like my search history when I look for certain book recommendations because it's just always like, you want the bloody ones, you want the gory ones, the villain that's the main character. I want to follow that. But nobody seems to really want to do those. Like everybody keeps focusing on like enemies to lovers and stuff like that. I'm like, no, can we just get an enemy that we're following their perspective throughout the whole book and I'm rooting for them the entire time? Like, yes, you go and you murder that person and this person. That person didn't make your tea hot enough. You go and slit their throat. Like, I need somebody like that. Like, that's what I want. I want somebody that just has no rhyme or reason to what they do.
It didn't make your tea hot enough.
I'm serious. I love characters like that. Like, yes, just go off.
Off with your head.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm more like, I'm okay with this if it's a solo mission, like they're just unhinged by themselves. But I would prefer, okay, join me in my unhinged energy.
Yes.
It annoys me when it's like they do that enemies to lovers, but then they end up converting that villain into a good person. And I'm like, no, y'all can both do evil together.
Yes.
shoot for that
It's like
Yes, that's what I need.
yes, we need like if they think the person is unhinged, you're like, what the fudge? And then they see the side and they become unhinged.
Yes,
She's not very
I
smart.
was
She's a bit
kind
hot-headed.
of getting a taste of that with the Poppy War, but the last book ruined it for me. And
Oh no, I've only read the first book so far.
I mean, she
Yeah, I
stays
only read the
unhinged
first
throughout the
one.
whole series. I will say that it's not. She never ends up being like a good person, but it's just certain things that happened in that book. I was just like certain characters were taken out that I wanted them to stay in because it didn't make sense for them to be taken out, and it just was.
Okay.
It didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
I see.
Yes, join.
Yes,
That's the
you wouldn't
energy
have
we're
to
all
convince.
serving. Don't ask me to come to the dark side because I'll do it.
I'll be packing my bags and heading out. Deuces.
Oh my gosh. No, the Poppy War, I didn't make more progress because the first one messed me up and it was good, but I was like, I don't know if I have the strength for that.
I will say the next two books aren't as bad as the first one, in my opinion. I feel like the first one really had all the good stuff in it. And then the second one wasn't that bad, but a lot of it had to do with like nautical themes. Like it was a lot of ships and seas, and I'm not a huge fan of stuff like that. But the side characters really shone out in that book. And then it got really sad at the end. The third book was good in the beginning, but then the middle was like and the ending was like good, but it lacked that for me.
Okay. Good to know for the future.
I see.
But it's very like readable. Like you're gonna keep wanting to read it.
Okay.
All right. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
So
Because now we're just going on tangents.
yes.
As we always do.
As we all, yeah. That's how we hit the 1 hour mark, guys.
Yes, that's how we
We're
make
just
the
like, all right, we'll talk about our themes and stuff, and now let's just talk about other stuff. But next month, well, yeah, next live, it'll be on my channel to talk about this book. So I gotta get to reading it.
Yeah.
I haven't started it.
This.
No, I have to finish the one I'm listening to for Haunted Corner so that then I can start this.
How many pages is this one?
This
It
one
looks thick.
is
450.
around that.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
446
Okay.
without the acknowledgments. With the
Great.
Could have started it sooner.
451.
But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to finish it before whenever the live is.
No one is complaining. I'm guessing about our tangents. Oh my gosh. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. You'll see us again on Mel's channel.
Yep.
So that's it from us. Bye.
Bye.